Welcome to a brand new year. I actually can't believe that it's 2026. I feel like 2025 was probably one of the longest years of my life, especially the last 5 or 6 months, maybe five or 4 months of the year. I really struggled with a lot of internal dialogue, being pretty negative. I had a breakup. I fostered a dog and it didn't work out when I really thought it was going to. I worked way many more hours than I ever wanted to work, and I just found myself stuck in my apartment and stuck on my laptop. I'm chained to my desk, and I don't really do a lot of fun stuff that I was hoping to do. At the end of the year, you want to do time with the friends and Christmassy things, and while yes, I did some of those things, I don't feel like mentally I was really there. And so I'm really excited for this new year. I'm so ready. I'm really excited because I'm finally deciding to take content creation seriously rather than sporadically, which is what I've been doing for the last 8 years that I've been on social media. And I've decided to have it be on YouTube, which I personally, over the last year, have loved watching YouTube, finding, different vloggers that I really appreciate and enjoy and connect with. And I feel like long form content has always been something that I really personally loved. So very excited to start creating it and see where it goes. But today we're gonna do a little day in the lifestyle vlog, very specific to new year, new vibes, better me, etc. I know that 2025 was the year of the snake, a lot of shedding, and I feel like that definitely happened. I feel like I'm entering 2026 as a new human, and I want to make sure that I create habits that are sustainable and that have longevity so that I can continue to do them over the course of this entire year, and while also keeping in mind that there's always room for growth and change and new ideas and habits and things like that. So really excited. Today is a pretty chill day, I would say. I have spent this morning, I made a really great breakfast, and I did a little bit of light journaling, which I'm trying to implement every single day to just get some thoughts out of my brain. I'm watching a few YouTube vlogs, and I am writing out some goals. Later we're going to get into a money date, which it's the first of the month and it's the first of the year. So this is the big money date, getting my budget set up for January, as well as looking at some goals for the quarter. And then I have a yoga class that I'm really excited for, so I'll take you along with me there. My mom is coming down. We're gonna celebrate our belated Christmas together. I think we're gonna go shopping this weekend, so maybe I'll make this a shorter one, and then we'll also do my mom here in Columbus as a secondary one. I don't know if I said that earlier. I don't think I did. I live in Columbus solo. I love it here, and I'm really excited to experience more of the city this year and what it can bring and offer. Without further ado, let's get into it. I feel like I should probably introduce myself. I'm Sam, by the way. Welcome to the vlog. Yeah, I saw. Cool. It is quite a bit later. Yoga went about 20 minutes over, which pushed back a few things, so I had to rush to get out of there. Ran over to Target to grab a few things for my mom's stocking, and am now home, changed, a little more presentable, and am going to make some lunch. And I think while I make lunch, I think maybe we'll talk about some different goals and things that I have for the new year that I'm both nervous and excited about. So let's make some food and we'll get into it. I've got my notes right here, and we're going to talk through a few of the different goals that I have for myself. I wrote a lot. I'm a big writer. Disclosure. This is also the first time that I am writing goals. I normally am a word of the year type of person, have it be very intentional, and I feel like, I don't know, if you do the same thing and expect different results, that's the definition of insanity. So we're trying something different this year. I'm gonna eat first though, because I am so hungry after that long yoga class. We're gonna get into some of the goals that I have for the new year. Like I said earlier, I definitely went a little goal crazy after a long time of not making any goals. So we might be running through these, but I think the best thing to keep in mind is that you can change your mind at any point of the year. You can change your mind tomorrow, you can change your mind 6 months from now, doesn't matter. While yes, it's nice to have goals and things to be working towards, also know that you can flip it and switch it whenever you want. Okay, so I broke mine down into a couple different categories. We've got lots. Personal growth and discipline, finances, relationships, business, content creation, travel, and health, both physical and mental. I have several in each of these categories, but I'm just going to highlight a few from each because I want to keep some things obviously to myself. And I think it's important to not have so many things that you're focusing on, because if you've got, dozens of choices, more than likely you're not going to choose anything except staying where you are, which is a choice. For personal growth and discipline, I would like to read 2 books per month, one being like a fun book. I love a good romance or a thriller, and the other being a more personal development, self-help, finance, those types of books. And then my other is trying one new hobby per quarter, things like a ceramics class or taking up watercoloring. Those are 2 like off the top of my mind I know I want to try. So if you have some favorite hobbies that you tried in the last year and are sticking with into the new year, please drop them below. I would love some recommendations. As for financial, I do know that I want to up my amount that's in my high yield savings, and then also start to put more into my personal Roth. And so those are 2 very large goals that I have for the coming year. Definitely want to dive more into that to make sure I'm doing everything I possibly can to set myself up for the best financial success. Relationship-wise, I have one major thing, and that is just spending more time with friends and family in a very intentional way. A lot of my friends are all over the US and some are in different countries, and so just finding ways to be able to spend time with them. If that has to look like a FaceTime, then it has to look like a FaceTime. But if I have the ability as a single person with no kids to just hop on a plane and see my friends or family, which are also spread across the US, I think it's important to do that in the next year. It started to feel that way this past year, and we got to do that in sprinkles, but I want to be able to do a little bit more this year. We also have really big birthdays this year for several different people in my family and in my friend group, and I want to make sure that I'm there in person for those types of celebrations. For my business, I haven't shared this, but I manage talent. So I actually manage content creators and influencers, and I help them source brand deals, and I manage all of that. And I also manage partnerships for a couple different brands, and I just absolutely love what I do. I really want to lean more into the talent side because I just have so much fun with that. And so hopefully the goal here is to sign 2 to 3 new creators this year. My roster is small, and that's very intentional. I try to keep my roster small so that I'm actually able to pour into them and give them what it is that they deserve and need. My other goal for my business is to have $100,000 in brand deals in 2026. It is very possible to achieve this. It is also very possible to just stretch way beyond that. I did not hit that in 2025. That is because I created the business in 2025 towards the middle of the year, and there wasn't as much time put into that, especially with the few amount of creators that I have. But I feel really solid with my roster and with the few people that I have been eyeing to add to it. So needless to say, I am very excited at the opportunities coming this way in 2026. As far as content creation goes, I have the goal of starting a YouTube channel. So hey, thanks so much for being a part of the goal, and posting at least once a week. So that is something that feels like I can stick to. It's gonna be a mix of different types of videos and my life and all the things, and we'll get more into it as we go. But this is the starter one, and I'm just excited that I'm doing it, and I'm very proud of myself for doing this, even though I feel like kind of weird because I'm usually the one editing the videos and making the brand deals for other people. So it just feels different. It feels like I'm putting on a new pair of shoes, and I know I'll break them in, but right now this is where we are. So I'm leaning into the things that are uncomfy, and we'll see where it goes. I also want to be just more consistent on Instagram, so that is a goal of mine in the new year as well. 2 to 3 times weekly posting, but again, making sure that it's stuff that actually matters and things that people are asking for and what I enjoy doing, and sharing more me, less like perfection. That's the approach I took for a long time with Instagram, was like everything had to look a certain way or feel like, give a certain feeling, and now I'm just like, screw it, let's just post life. For travel, I have go to 1 new country and 1 new city, which should happen pretty quickly. They do need to be separate though. So like if I went to a new country, I've obviously also would be going to a new city. So for example, in February, the hope is to go to Japan, and that is also not allowed to be like the new country and new city, even though it is. I want to have a different city. Usually my new city is like a domestic one here in the US. I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but we'll get there. And lastly, I have my health. I have continue on with my twice monthly therapy sessions. I started that mid 2025, and I feel like that is the best decision that I made last year in terms of my mental health. So I want to be sure to continue that. And I also want to commit to 2 workout classes weekly for the entire time of 2026. So if I'm traveling, I'm still going to a workout class. I think I want to do like a mix of yoga and Pilates. Maybe when I'm traveling, I could go do like a berries class or something, because Columbus doesn't have berries here, and I really enjoyed my time doing that in Chicago. So we shall see. Lastly, I thought it would be fun to share my mantra for 2026. I want to say I read this on Pinterest when I was kind of making my vision board and pulling different quotes and things like that. And I came across this. It was a longer quote, but this is just a line that I pulled from it. And it is, "Let excitement be your compass." It just feels good. I like it. Excited for the new year, a little bit of a fresh start. This Virgo is loving, the January 1 to-do lists and journal prompts and all that fun stuff. I think taking a yoga class today was really smart. It felt good. My legs are going to be really upset tomorrow. And yeah, that's what I got. So I am going to work on a money date, which I can talk about in a different video, and really like set my budget up for 2026. January 2026. I do this on a monthly basis, and then I have a money date on a weekly basis. I will make a video specific to that, and we will have a good night. My mom got here. We are going to have our Christmas finally. She was with my sister in Washington. We did like a FaceTime Christmas, but now we're gonna do an in-person Christmas. and I think we're going to make some chicken noodle soup for dinner and just kind of have a chill rest of the evening. We've got some TV shows to be watched. The new Taylor Swift docuseries, which we definitely will be watching this evening. I have been waiting a while to be able to start this, and I know that my mom really wants to watch it, so I have waited until she got here so that we can walk into that. But that's what I got. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning into my first ever vlog. That feels wild to say, but also exciting because this has been a goal for a while, and I feel like, I don't know, I've just put it off consistently. And that was something we journaled about today in our yoga class, and I really had like a little heart-to-heart with myself about it. I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that I give this like a good old college try, you know? And we'll see what happens, but I'm excited, and as my mantra says, I am letting excitement be my compass. I'll catch you guys in the next one.